Hey guys, this is the C&D channel. I'm Chris, this is Dave, and this is MMA for you. We're going to be doing our predictions for UFC on FX 2, Kampmann versus Alves, which is going to happen in Australia on March 3rd, but it's going to show here on Friday, March 2nd. Okay, got anything to say, Dave?
Not much, but if you ever need a business consulting, want to start your own company, where do you want to go? You want to go to gobusiness123.com. Again, it's gobusiness123.com.
Yeah, man, that's the place to go, man. Okay, let's get started. In the main event, we have Thiago Pitbull Alves versus Martin the Hitman Kampmann.
People, Alves all the way. I mean, talking about a guy who has a strong kick, leg kick. I mean, the guy has a lot of power. I mean, it's crazy, man. This guy is great, and he's very technical. His move time is insane. Strong knee, heavy hand. Anything you want to think of, he probably have it. Good takedown defense. He's really big on his weight class. Good defense overall.
Yeah, man. No, that's true. That's very true. But you can't count out the Hitman here, Kampmann. He has good technical kickboxing. He might be the faster of the two. Or Alves tends to stalk. Kampmann's a little more on his toes. His Kampmann's jiu-jitsu is really strong as well. The thing is, Alves has some pretty underrated jiu-jitsu also. Kampmann's wrestling has improved, but like Dave, you just said, Alves' takedown defense is really good. He's, defended takedowns from like Matt Hughes when he was still really good, or pretty good at least, and like Josh Koscheck. And Kampmann's just generally well-rounded. And he has good cardio, which you can't really say about Alves. As of late, with the whole Dulce diet, Alves has been looking really good. He's been cutting weight really well. His cardio looks to be better. But it's still something you got to watch out for.
I agree, and I admit that Alpha's had, I think it's had, because I don't think it's happening anymore. He had cardio issue. He had weight cutting issue. But for now, I think he's alright.
I think he's alright too. But one thing with Kampmann that really hurts him is that he does fight to his opponent's strengths. Against Jake Shields, he lost the fight because he wanted to try and choke him out. Against Paul Daly, he wanted to test his kickboxing instead of take him down. He lost both of those fights.
Not the good place you you try to train yourself. Not a good place.
Yeah, that's the thing. One thing I like about Alves too in his last fight against Papi Abedi is that he saw that Abedi drops his hands when he throws a certain punch. See, you can definitely tell that Alves definitely has a really good really good like timing. Really good timing, and he can see things like that in stand-up.
You definitely have to be. You should become a gamer when you are fighting. This life of competition. You want to learn what your opponent's weakness and utilize that. I mean, I think Alphas has more of that than Kampmann.
Cool, man. Okay, on to the next fight, which will be for the UFC flyweight tournament semifinal. We have Mighty Mouse Demetrious Johnson versus Uncle Creepy Ian McCall.
Uncle Creepy all the way.
Uncle Creepy, huh? I think the Mighty Mouse will beat the Creepy one this time.
Creepy one gonna creep you out. Because you are coming to Uncle Creepy's house, man. This is what he does, dude. And don't get creeped out because you asked for it, dude. I mean, he has name and he has been fighting in 125 division
For a while now.
For a while. This is his play, y'all. Okay, he is in full winning streak. First fight for UFC, but doesn't matter. He has been #1 in his division.
Yeah, man. A good amount of sites has Ian McCall as the consensus #1 flyweight in the world. The only thing is, he is up against the Mighty Mouse, Demetrious Johnson. Very strong wrestling, super fast guy. And I mean, this is a guy, even when he's on the bottom, his escapes are super quick. His hands are quick. His cardio is really good. I do worry that it is his first cut to 125. I don't think it'll be hamper him that much. It might actually help him too. And also, he's just, I hate to sound like stereotyping here because, he's a black guy, but he is explosive. I mean, a lot of his movements, wrestling,
what
is
kind
really
of comment is that, man? I mean, Uncle Crippy can be explosive too.
What kind of comment is that, man? But yeah, man, Ian McCall, though, man, well-rounded guy. He used to fight in the WEC and didn't find too much success, but he was fighting a higher weight class. And he's really found his home here. I think he's fought a lot of guys in Tachi Palace fights.
Yes.
I think it's like Darren Montag, Yasuhiro De Silva.
Yeah, he's been fighting a lot of top fighter in that division.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, he's a tough guy, but I got to go with the Mighty Mouse to win this one.
I think you're wrong, dude. I mean, I know, Demetrious Johnson is great. I mean, I like the guy, but again, there are stuff you just have to consider. This is Uncle, Ian's house. I mean, you come into play in his backyard. He's much more experienced. The fact that I don't think Johnson knows much about Ian, that's just how dangerous he is.
Okay. Well, next right after that, we have Team Alpha Male's Joseph Benavidez versus UFC newcomer Yasuhiro Urushitani.
Of course, Joseph gonna win, man.
Yeah, I gotta go with Benavidez here too. I mean, and in my personal opinion, I think he's gonna win the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, besides training with Team Alpha Male, he's shown he has good hands. I mean, he showed it in his last fight at 135 against Wineland. His wrestling is really good.
Yes.
His guillotine is deadly.
Yes.
He's just a strong dude. I mean, he's just really strong.
Powerful, strong. I know he's the first time cut to 125, but he trained the Team Alpha Male. I mean, you know that Campbell very well, so. He is good. He's solid, man.
Yeah, one thing with Urushitani that's really alarming is that 14 of his fights went to decision. Against a guy like Benavidez, you can't grind this guy. You can't, he's not the type of guy that's easy to win a decision against because Benavidez keeps going forward. His wrestling's really good. It's hard to wrestle. It's hard to grapple with this guy. And his stand-up's really good too,
And then, Joseph is very fast. The guy's fast, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Has a good cardio too. I mean, I don't know. I think he gonna take this way home. He gonna take this one home.
I gotta go Benavidez here too. Okay, next fight after that, we have Court McGee versus Constantinos Philippou.
Oh, Court McGee.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Philippou here, man. I was impressed with him knocking out Jared Hammond in his last fight.
But Court McGee, dude, come on. I mean, the guy has a good cardio. He outworked his opponent. Okay?
True.
I mean, we talked about him before. If you look back our recording, I like the guy. The guy has a good, solid standout, solid wrestling, good BJJ, very well rounded. And the fact is, he outworked his opponent. Give a plus.
Yeah, I do worry about that with Philippou, that McGee is gonna try and outwork him, but I do like Philippou's boxing. Yeah, he's showing some power in his hands. I think training with Matt Serra is definitely gonna help his grappling game as well, especially his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game. I gotta go with Philippou to win this one.
All right, we will see.
Okay. Next right after that, we have Aaron Rosa versus James Tahuna.
James Tahuna.
I gotta go with Tuna too, man. Tahuna too, yep.
You like a tuna fish, you Nah, I'm just joking. But I think Tahuna has everything that needs it to win this fight.
Yeah, I think his heavy hands, his use of power punches. I don't think Rosa's gonna take him down and try and submit him. He might, but I've seen him oblige people on the feet, and if you oblige a guy like Tahuna on the feet, he can knock you out, man.
Dude, 9 of his fight is won by KO TKO. This guy, power puncher, man.
Yeah, he destroyed Ricardo Romero in his last fight. I think it's Romero, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Tahuna all the way.
Okay. Next fight after that, we have UFC newcomer Nick Penner versus Anthony Parash, the Hippo.
So who you gonna pick?
I gotta go with the Hippo, Parash. He's got the experience here, man.
I mean, I agree with you. Anthony Parash is very good. Very strong BJJ, good takedown, tough to finish. I agree with you. But you know why? Even though I want to agree with you, I think Nick gonna win.
Oh, really?
Well, hear me out. I understand. Anthony is great, but I feel he is not as well rounded as Nick. Okay, Nick, he got 11-5, he got 4 KO TKO, he got 5 submission, much more well rounded. Okay, he has an 8-5 winning streak. First fight to UFC, I do worry about that, but I feel he's more well rounded and there is more area he can explore on this fight.
Okay, I mean, yeah. One thing with Parash, I've never been impressed with the guy's stand up. His takedowns are just alright, not great. He's always like a tough guy, It does concern me he's in his late 30s, but his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really good.
I understand now, but I feel he's more one-dimensional. When you talk about Nick, is more well-rounded. Fine, I'm not gonna win you with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I just not gonna play Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's pretty much it. I play more, stand out game. I play more, I stay away from grappling, and there's a chance for Nick to win this fight.
Okay. Well, next fight after that, we have UFC newcomer Andrew Craig versus Kyle Noak. Yeah, I gotta go Noak too. I've seen Andrew Craig in Legacy Fighting Championship. I think he fought Shambari. And Shambari, one thing I noticed, he was taking him down a couple times. Craig, he showed some solid stand-up. His takedown defense in the later rounds good. He seems solid.
Yes.
But the problem is, Kyle Noak's a really solid fighter himself. Like, he's good everywhere. Stand-up's good. His wrestling's good. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's good. It's really good, actually. 8 of his wins are by sub.
Yeah.
I just think that Kyle Noak has shown a well-roundedness. Trains with Jackson's camp as well. So, yeah, I'll go with Kyle Noak to win this one, too.
Yeah, I think your analysis is absolutely correct. With such a well-rounded, I think you're going to win.
Okay. Next fight after that, we have McDamenis Semizer versus Daniel Pineda.
What's your take on this one?
You know what? I always have a soft spot for Semizer. I'm gonna go with him. He's really good in the clinch. Just a really strong dude. Game opponent. Solid stand up, but he has a really good ground game. Most of his wins are by submission.
Yeah, I agree, but you can't overlook Daniel. I mean, he has 6 KO, 10 submission. I mean, I know this is kind of weird. He have a 10 submission, so I was gonna say his submission guy, but he lose 6 submission. But I mean, I just say.
And he's taking the fight on short notice.
Yeah, but I just say there's something different about this guy.
Yeah, no, he's a gamer for sure. He'll really go for it, man. I've seen some of his fights in Legacy. A lot of guys from Legacy are getting signed to the UFC, I noticed. As Pineda and Craig were some Legacy FC guys.
Good point.
Yeah, he was a solid fighter, really goes for his submissions. And his first fight in the UFC, I mean, he got rear naked choke pretty easy and pretty much outmatched his opponent.
Yeah, I as much as I think, your pick is pretty good, I just think, you gotta give Daniel a little bit off,
Okay. I like the guy, actually. I think he's a solid fighter. But, I've always had a soft spot for Semizer.
We will see.
Okay. Next fight after that, we have Steven Seiler versus Cole Miller.
Sorry, Steve. I'm not gonna give you any thought off. Miller all the way.
Yeah, with Siler, what's funny with him, one interesting stat with the guy is that all of his losses are by some form of finish. 5 losses by sub, 4 losses by KO or TKO.
Yeah.
Cole Miller, he's cutting down to 145 for the first time. I don't think it's going to affect him too much.
Dude, the guy is a finisher, man.
He really is. He finished Ross the Real Deal Pearson. He has a crazy arm, Kimura triangle choke on Dan Lozon. He's a good guy. He changes style, so he really goes for the finish these days. Stand-up's good. His defense in the stand-up's terrible.
Yeah.
But his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really good as well. I think he'll be able to beat Siler here.
No, I agree. Definitely.
Okay, next right after that we have Jake Heck versus TJ Waldberger.
TJ Waldberger.
Yeah, I gotta go with Heck, man. What the heck, right? Let's go with Jake Heck. He is coming off that big win over Rich Antonito. 4-fight win streak right now. I gotta go with Jake Heck to win this one.
I don't know what you're saying. What the heck, man? TJ Waldberger, man. The guy, he has 11 submission, dude. He's a submission specialist. Alright?
Yeah.
I like the guy. I'm a sucker for submission, practitioner. Maybe because I'm more submission practitioner myself, but I think he can win this one.
Okay,
right?
yeah. He definitely is a submission specialist. And it is kind of concerning, though, that most of his losses are by strikes. 5 losses by KO or TKO.
I agree. If he loses this one, I'm pretty sure it's by striking as well, which it doesn't help your guy has a chance to striking out. But I just say the guy, Waldberger, man, if he keeps hitting a chance to submission you are done.
And I remember, I think it was his last fight, or is it the other guy? Where I think he did this really nice transition to like armbar to triangle choke, if I'm not mistaken. So he does have a really nice submission game. If he's the guy I'm thinking of, to be honest. Okay, and finally we have 2 UFC newcomers as Sean Jordan is going to fight Oli Thompson.
This is an easy pick. Sean Jordan, man.
I just don't know enough about Oli Thompson, to be honest. Except he's on a 5-fight win streak. Most of his wins are by submission. I'm liking Sean Jordan. I liked what I saw. He beat LeVar Johnson in his last fight. LeVar Johnson just beat Joey Beltran. Jordan's stand-up is solid. He has a lot of power. He used to play football, if I'm not mistaken. And he's actually worked on his ground game under the tutelage of Greg Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
he actually... He not Camaro. He got an Americana on LeVar Johnson and won that way. So yeah, I go with Sean Jordan to win this one too.
The guy has a heavy hand. Okay. And then he won 8-5 over his 12 win by KO TKO. So yeah, Sean Jordan.
Yeah, I go Sean Jordan here. He's also fought in Bellator and Strikeforce, some of the bigger leagues out there. Okay, that's pretty much it for our predictions for UFC on FX2. If you have any comments, just leave them below. You got anything to say, Dave?
Thank you for asking. Again, sorry to keep reminding you guys or bother you guys, but I just want you guys to come to our, the YouTube channel, put some comments, go, talk to this guy on Facebook, Let's build a community here. Feel free to leave us a questionnaire. I love to do we love to do another Q&A. This community is growing. Let's grow bigger if we can.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.